Hi there, and welcome to a very different Irish Chats today. Today I'm sitting beside Mary Cahill, who is a nurse and an EFT practitioner, and we're talking all things EFT. Now, for someone, just for in case anyone doesn't understand what EFT is, EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. So basically, the way I look at EFT, being a practitioner myself as well, is that it takes the charge away from any emotional situation we have. So Mary as well, her background, she's a nurse, which is lovely. She works in the nursing area. And she's often called, what's your title?
The release nurse.
The release nurse. Now, isn't that just so wonderful? And wouldn't it be lovely if we had more release nurses in our lives? So I'm going to ask Mary to give us a little idea, about how she works with EFT to help people release what they no longer want to hold on to. So Mary, over to you.
Thanks a million, Dolores. Um, I use EFT for an awful lot of things. For back pain, for phobias, fear of flying. Um, the one client that I seem to be continuously drawing is the person that has experiencing panic attacks and anxiety. What EFT is you tap on acupressure points, different various points throughout the body, and you have it for life.
Yeah.
So what I find with EFT is it's very empowering, Dolores. You know yourself with doing EFT yourself, that people have this tool and they have it then for the rest of their lives. So when people have the anxiety or the panic, I mightn't be with them, but at least they can work away and tap away.
Isn't that such a wonderful
Mm,
gift to give someone? What's that saying? Give a man a fish and feed him
mm,
his meal, but show him how to fish
yeah,
and you feed him for life. Like you're giving people a tool that they can use, as you say, because if you are someone that suffers from anxiety, I can imagine only how wonderful it would be to stop and say, actually, I have that tool of EFT that Mary
yeah,
told me
yeah,
about.
yeah. It was like I had this lady, and every time she got to this particular bridge, she would go into an awful panic attack. So she came to me a few times. We did the EFT, and within a matter of 6 sessions, she never got the panic attacks again.
Wonderful. So you got that charge, whatever charge that lady
That,
had, whatever trigger
yeah,
that
yeah,
bridge had for her
yeah,
EFT. It's a wonderful therapy.
yeah, yeah. And we say I had that young lad that I was just talking about. He was a 20-year-old, and he got this panic attack, but the parents thought, and so did the doctors think, it was the start of a sudden adult death syndrome.
Wow.
So
Okay.
he was rushed to the hospital and stuff like that. Everything was checked out. So it came down then to the panic attack and
Mhm.
anxiety. So a young lad like that, 20 years old, you don't leave them hanging. So he came to me quite quickly,
Yes.
and
So what would you? Can
within
you take us through, like, let's say, sorry to interrupt you, but just like there, like what's the initial consultation like, or the initial, you know, what would you say to that person? I always call it my talking therapy. So,
mm,
you know,
well, I would ask him, where would he feel the panic?
mm,
So we go with that.
yeah, I
Is there
love that.
certain
Yeah,
places,
yeah,
like the lady with the bridge, is
yeah,
there certain places that you could be in a relaxed state instead of, oh Jesus, here comes the bridge?
yeah.
So you're clearing it before it even starts.
Love it.
And that's how we kind of did it with the young
Yeah,
lad. Yeah.
yeah. And I love that too. That's the way I
Mm,
roll with the
mm,
EFT as well. It's
yeah,
like where are you feeling it? Because oftentimes we can't
yeah.
actually even verbalize what we're feeling,
Well, that's it. Yeah,
especially
yeah,
a young person, especially when it comes to anxiety, because
mm,
yeah, they may feel something in their tummy or whatever. But so that's wonderful.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And I've gotten then to breathe with his tummy as opposed to breathing up
wonderful.
here.
Yes.
So he had it all kind of, it's more than EFT, if when you take in everything into account, really.
Yeah,
But we give them all the tools that I have, and they just seem to improve amazingly.
that's fantastic.
Mm.
So will you show us a little bit of, or some of the points maybe, or
Yeah.
how you like, is it different? Do you work differently at each session? Is it with people, or do you focus on different points for different meridian points, or how do
No,
you work?
no, I just go through the shorter version of it. We'd
Okay,
say we tap on the karate point and
okay, lovely.
saying what's the problem.
Right, like
We'd
an
say,
affirmation or something. You
yes,
can tell people
yeah,
there if you
yeah.
want.
We'd say if you were panicky, even though I have this awful panic, I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Lovely.
Even though my heart is racing and my breathing is out of sync, I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Using your karate chop point.
Karate
Great.
chop point here. And then we say that 3 times. And then with your 2 fingers then, we go to the side of the eye. And while we're at the side of the eye, we'd say something got to do with the panic and the anxiety. So we'd say, oh, my heart is racing. And then the side of the eye, my breathing is so out of sync. So you go down like that through all these points here.
The meridian points of the body.
Points of the body. And your collarbone. And then I just stand up here.
Sure.
And then under your arm. And then the top of the head. So that's just a half a round. You do that twice to create a round. So it's that simple. So the beauty of this is you have it then once anywhere.
Yes.
Like even if you were somewhere important, you can always go to the toilet. You can always go to the bathroom. Get yourself out of the situation. And everything will be fine.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. I often tell people too, especially kids, to go, so they're massaging their points rather than tapping on them like that. If they're at school and they're afraid to put up their hand, they don't want to be going, because then that might make somebody laugh at them. But if they're kind of going, massaging. So that's great, Mary. And it is powerful because we're tapping on where the emotions are stuck in our energy body, isn't it?
That's it. And you feel then such a lovely calmness over the body when you do the tapping. Do you know, you just feel all is well inside you.
Yeah.
I find.
Yeah.
So.
Great. So you're also, tell us about the other therapy that you do, if you don't mind. I find this fascinating.
It's TRE, we call it for short. Tension, stress, or trauma releasing exercises. Do you remember when we were kids and we get a fright? We would have shook naturally. Do you remember that? I remember myself.
Okay, yeah.
When I crossed the road and I nearly got knocked down. Well, I ran home and I sat beside the range and I just shook. All my body just shook.
A natural reaction to a situation.
Reaction. So what this TRE does is bring on that natural shaking mechanism. So we do 7, they're kind of yoga type exercises that bring on the natural shaking mechanism. So the shaking starts from a muscle in the pelvis called the psoas muscle.
Oh,
and you're into your chakras and all that. It's called the
I've heard of the psoas, yeah.
The muscle of the soul, I think it's
called. Okay.
Something like that. I've lost that now for a second, sorry.
That's okay.
I'm imperfect.
And that's what we love.
That's it. But once you do the shaking, it's amazing. It's like an internal massage. Now, I was in the bog during the summer, and I had done an awful lot of work in it. I was a day in it. Every muscle, every cell of my body was aching. And I've been doing TRE for about 3 or 4 years now. So I went home, made myself a cup of tea, and I sat down. And I could just feel every cell of my body just kind of gently shaking.
Lovely. Releasing.
And I didn't have to do the exercises because I had been doing.
Yes.
So my body knew how to shake naturally, just like when I was a child.
So it's an energetic there again, really.
Total shift.
Wow.
It blocks, it shifts the energy. It also reduces inflammation and stuff like that. If you think tension, stress brings on inflammation.
Yes.
It clears all that.
And inflammation is such an epidemic, really, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Everything starts with
something inflamed.
Yeah. So that's the TRE. So I'm doing a special for the Women's Inspire.
Oh yeah, just mentioned that actually, that Mary is one of the therapists at an event that's coming up on October the 10th in Dublin, 2017, because I know this will be on the website for a while. So basically Mary is, it's a Women's Inspire event, and there is a self-care room there, and Mary is going to be giving taster sessions.
That's right. 20 minutes of EFT. You'll be shown how to use it. And you'll have it then. Nice handy tool.
Oh yeah.
After the day.
That's wonderful. And if people want to work with you outside of this, Mary, how is the best way for people to get in contact with you, to the release nurse?
I'm on Facebook as Mary Cahill, and my page is Mind Body Release.
Mind Body Release is the name of Mary's page on Facebook.
Also, you can get me on my mobile 086 608 1430, or my Gmail, which is mary.cahill84@gmail.com.
Wonderful. So, Mary, final word from you?
I'm so looking forward to seeing you all at the Women's Inspire Network, and thanks a million, Dolores.
Not at all, Mary. It's great to have you on. It's great for people to get an idea as to what EFT is about, because it is a therapy where I swear by it myself. As anyone I think that does it knows that, as Mary has already said, that it's a tool we can have for life, and it's very empowering to be able to have something that we can rely on, especially in a stressful situation.
That's it.
So on that note, thanks again, Mary. It was great
Thanks
to
a
chat
million,
to you,
Dolores. Thank
and
you.
see you all again soon.
See ya.